She was supposed to be an ordinary governess. Oksana thought she would just look after someone else's child. But what happens when what should be just a job turns into something more? It all began almost 3 years ago when Oksana finished teaching mathematics at school. However, with the arrival of a new director, the young teacher faced serious problems. Oksana, listen, I won't keep you for long. I expect you in my office in 10 minutes, said the director. The girls had warned her. Their previous principal had retired, and a new handsome director had appeared at the school who showed interest in Oksana. Please help yourself to some candy, he said when she entered his office. I see you're in a hurry. I simply have many things to do today. I understand. About work. I wanted to talk to you. You're a talented teacher. I like how you teach mathematics to children. All your students like you. Thank you. I simply love my profession. And I noticed that. And I'd also like to invite you to a reception in honor of my appointment. We could finish the evening in a cozy restaurant. I already told you I'm busy that day. I hope you won't disappoint me. I'd advise you to think carefully before refusing. Your working conditions at school depend on it. Excuse me, but I have to go. I'm not letting you go. Aren't you ashamed? Let me go. Then write a resignation letter. Now how dare you touch me? I'll write a report about your harassment. It was a hard blow for Oksana. She soon faced difficulties finding a job and began to fall into despair. Would she remain unemployed? Don't worry, I'm looking for you, her friend Gallia said. I'm sending out resumes in batches, but it's all in vain. I don't know how we'll pay the rent. Listen, I have good news for you. It's not just any job, it's a fantastic opportunity. Thanks to my connections, I can arrange for you to work as a governess. The real estate agency director, Yaroslav, was left with a small daughter after his wife's death. Now he has a young wife who has neither time nor desire to care for the girl. He needs a governess. There's a big house and a decent salary. Thank you very much. Oksana's job interview went well. She really wanted to get this job. Oksana, you were recommended to me by people I trust. I hope our conditions are suitable for you. Yes, of course. Come in, Lyuba. Meet Oksana Yurievna. Hello. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Of course I understand. Tata? Good afternoon, daughter, said Yaroslav. Darling, this is Oksana Yurievna. She's your governess. From tomorrow, she'll pick you up from school, help with homework, and teach you mathematics. I want to become a fashion designer. I'm making models for a school show. Can you help me draw a model? I'll help. And what's your name? Yulya. Thank you for the chance, Oksana later told her friend. I was worried in vain. I really liked the house owner. And most importantly, we immediately found common ground. Oksana enthusiastically started performing her duties and didn't even know what surprises awaited her on the very first day. Put butter on the bread and add cheese slices on top, she instructed Yulya in the kitchen. I'll be right back, said an unfamiliar voice, and a young woman appeared. Oh, you're already here. Make me orange juice as soon as possible. I'm always in a hurry. Making orange juice is not my responsibility. I'm a governess. Everything happens so quickly with you, the woman remarked later. Since childhood, I've had a habit of doing everything quickly. This is too sour, she commented on the juice Oksana eventually made. Vika, Yaroslav's young wife, appeared to be unpleasant. She didn't even thank Oksana, but when she discussed it with her friend, Galya advised her to ignore Vika. You're right. I agreed to this job. And my intuition led me to decide not to pay attention to Vika's behavior. That's right. I'm proud of you. You're doing well. Meanwhile, Yulya's teacher complained to Yaroslav. Your daughter isn't paying attention in mathematics class. What's the issue? Yaroslav asked when he got home. Dad, we had such a great walk today. Oksana Yurievna told me about the history of costumes and taught me about good manners. I don't want to learn math anymore. Lessons in manners wouldn't hurt, Yaroslav commented. Please, sit down. Bring me a towel. Yaroslav, Oksana said later, I want to thank you for appreciating my work. I think everything is going wonderfully. Oksana's efforts were obvious, but as it turned out, not everyone appreciated them. Darling, look at my new bag and these beautiful boots, Vika said one day. Everyone will be jealous. Everyone knows that you always dress like a queen. Oksana Yurievna is just a saint. She has a very good influence on Yulia. The girl has even improved her behavior. Yesterday during dinner, Vika, I don't quite understand you. Vika made a phone call. Listen, I used to think she was a good person, but I see everything now. Don't pretend to be a saint. I see through you. Listen, governess, or rather teacher, she then confronted Oksana. Until Yaroslav comes in, you and I haven't moved to a first name basis. Yaroslav hired me, so the question of who needs who is exclusively between us. Just listen to how she talks to me. What impudence. Talk to your governess. She's crossed the line. When Yaroslav defended Oksana, she immediately grew in her eyes. She told her friend everything that evening. Yaroslav argued with Vika because of me. Now she definitely won't give me peace. Try to avoid her. Yaroslav is going on a business trip for a few days, so be careful. Vika isn't kind. Vika decided to apologize for her harsh words. If she continued like this, she might lose her job. Oksana did what she wanted, but the next day she came to Yaroslav's house a little earlier to talk with Vika before Yulya returned from school. Excuse me if this is untimely, but I really need to talk to you. I didn't want to offend you yesterday. I'm sorry I caused an argument between you and Yaroslav. What are you talking about? We didn't argue over you. They were actually siblings. Vika explained that Yaroslav was her brother, and she had kept this a secret. Oksana agreed to keep this information between them. When Yaroslav returned home from his trip, Oksana got another surprise. Remember our agreement? I promised to go to Italy on vacation for 2 weeks. Will Vika go with us too? Yulia asked. Of course. Oksana Yurievna, thank you for worrying about me, but 2 weeks of your vacation will be mine. I'm going to my aunt's. I'll miss you very much. I'll miss you too. Be sure to take a notebook and pen with you. When you return, write a story about your trip to Italy. Good idea. Yulia and Oksana quickly became friends. The child's desire to be close to her made Oksana happy, but she had to maintain distance in front of Yaroslav. Later, Oksana overheard Vika arguing with Yulia. Your father went after her to spend money on her. She clung to him like a leech. But you're still too young and don't understand much. Your father didn't accidentally marry her. But I have Oksana Yurievna. She's so good and kind, just like my mom. You're my sunshine. I understand that very well. Yulia listened and defended her relationship with Oksana, who had become a source of worry for the girl. Vika was poisoning Yulia's soul, but Oksana couldn't replace her mother. In the evening, Oksana was about to leave, not knowing what storm was brewing for her. See you tomorrow, sweetheart. See you tomorrow, Oksana Yurievna. Hello? Tata, good evening, Yarek. I'm home. Tata? Darling, I missed you so much. All right, I ordered dinner from a restaurant. It will be delivered in a minute. That's right, I'm very hungry. Oksana Yurievna, don't leave yet. For Oksana, this meant an unplanned dinner at Yaroslav's house with him and his fake wife. How would it end? During dinner, Yaroslav asked, Oksana, they say you chose the teaching profession out of vocation? Yes, that's true. Children are my favorite. Since childhood, my favorite game was playing school where I was the teacher. You must love children very much? That's true. I really love working with children, especially with little ones. They're so sincere and open. What do you do when you encounter a difficult child? I look for an approach with children. As with adults, praise works well. Sometimes a child comes to school withdrawn and closed off, but you encourage them with a kind word and they grow wings. Dad, I'm going to bed. I can't wait anymore. So Vika began after Yulia left. My history teacher didn't spare us, called us primates. Of course I remember, Yaroslav laughed. I fought at the lunch table. Shall I walk you out? He asked Oksana later. The charm and humor of Yaroslav had a magical effect on Oksana. After seeing off her friend, she told Galya everything about the dinner with Vika. Imagine, everything seems fine. I even had dinner at the same table with them. Yaroslav invited her, but she wasn't very happy about it. Of course, I understand why. The thing is, you and Yulia got attached to each other very quickly, and that's not right. You always get attached to your students, even in regular school. That's only a plus. Yulia is making progress in her studies. Isn't that my job? What you're saying is correct, but I already understand how painful it will be in the future to part with Yulia. What do you mean? She's just your student. Every day I'm with her from morning until evening. I feel my responsibility. I can't lie, it's difficult. I'd better not look so far into the future. The next day, Oksana stayed at Yaroslav's house until dark, not even suspecting how this evening would end. See you tomorrow, she said to Yulya. See you tomorrow. Good evening, Yaroslav greeted her. Good evening, Yulya. Where's Vika? She's not home yet. It's strange. You've stayed late, Oksana Yurivna. Dad, we were solving a difficult math problem, but it's not scary anymore. I still need to catch my bus. You're not taking a bus. I'll drive you in my car. It's already late. It's dangerous to take a bus alone. Get ready, we'll go together. Good. Thank you. Yaroslav was a gentleman. Oksana should have been more careful with him. Here you are at home. So quick, it feels unusual. Thank you. Thank you for your work with Yulya. I notice how she lights up every time you come. I like how you influence her behavior, her choice of clothes. She's smart. She wants to become a fashion designer, so she needs wise advice. Vika, unfortunately, doesn't have such refined taste as you. Thank you for your kind words and care. Good night to you. She wished that evening would never end. For a moment, she didn't think about the consequences, and there was a dangerous closeness between them. You're great. You came, and I just arrived. How did you get home? Thanks. Yaroslav drove me home in his car. He's such a good person. He drove you home in his car? Did he offer it himself? Yes, he did. He said so many nice things about me. He said I have a very good influence on Yulya. Tell me, do you think I'm falling in love with this Yaroslav? I think you've already fallen head over heels. It seems like it. But you know me, I'll never step in to ruin a family. I'm not capable of that. Even if I have feelings for Yaroslav, he doesn't know about it. It's written all over your face. Don't idealize Yaroslav. So what if he invited you to dinner or drove you home? He's just being polite. Galia realized that Oksana was in love with Yaroslav before Oksana herself did. She advised her to be reasonable, but trouble didn't wait long. The next day, Oksana was tying Yulya's hair when Vika confronted her. Could you behave more quietly? My head hurts. I've been suffering from headaches for a long time. Are you doing this on purpose so Yaroslav will give you a ride home again? He had a reason to do it last time, but now you're lying, Yulya intervened. Oksana Yurivna was fixing my hair. Don't interfere. Oksana Yurivna is excellent at weaving intrigues. How would this scandal with Vika end for Oksana? The governess Oksana had fallen in love with her employer. It became increasingly difficult to hide her feelings, and Yaroslav's wife began to notice. What would this love triangle mean for Oksana? What? Vika confronted Yulya. Look, my dear, don't teach me. I said what I had to say, Yulya replied. There was truth in my words. Yaroslav intervened. Stop it. I wanted to talk to you. I want to share my little secret with you. They planned time for drawing, but Oksana realized she had allowed herself too much. Her feelings for Yaroslav had played a cruel joke on her. She was in a dangerous position. That evening, Vika complained to Yaroslav. I want to talk to Oksana, but she's always busy. Leave the child alone. Her fantasies are nothing. After Oksana left, she was still afraid that Yaroslav might guess her feelings. That evening, she found her friend at home. I came immediately after your call. What happened? Thank you for everything. You were right about everything. I can't work there anymore. I have to quit again. What happened? Did something happen with Yaroslav? Nothing I can handle. I quit. Now I'm without a job again. There's no other way out. Of course, I'll miss Yulya. I'll have to live without Yaroslav. But that's better for everyone. She couldn't remain indifferent to the man she loved, but she definitely wasn't going to ruin someone else's family. Starting an unpleasant conversation was extremely difficult for her. Oksana, what's wrong? Tell me. Well, they've offered me a position back at school. Wait a minute, you said you liked it here. Maybe the salary isn't enough? We can discuss that. Everything was fine with me. I don't understand anything. Everything was fine with me, too. I won't find a better governess for my daughter than you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Shortly after, Vika came home unexpectedly. What kind of news is this? You weren't expecting me today? Is that what you wanted to say? You misunderstood everything. I just spilled a glass of water on Yaroslav. Are you having an affair behind my back? I was so worried. My hands were trembling because of my carelessness. Oksana found herself in the situation she feared most. Come here, Yaroslav said to Vika. What scene are you making? What was I supposed to think? I come in and she's hanging on you. I'm shocked by your reaction. Look, there's a wet stain. A wet stain. Do you really think I could have an affair with a governess? How could you even think that? Oksana didn't expect Yaroslav to defend her, but hearing such disrespect toward her was still very painful. She returned home upset and depressed. Was she just a servant in Yaroslav's eyes? Don't torture yourself like this, her friend advised. First, he's a married man. Second, he's rich. A governess means nothing to him. I understand everything. You just fell in love, and it didn't work out. Yaroslav and Vika see you not as a person, but as a servant. Oksana spent the day crying. The harsh words hurt her. She needed to think about what to do next. The next day, Yaroslav arranged a meeting with Oksana at a cafe to settle accounts with her completely. Mr. Yaroslav, good afternoon. Oksana, may I call you by your patronymic? We're already connected with so many memories. I'm very sorry about Yulya. She's very attached to you. You'll hardly find a better governess. I just found out the job isn't for me. Forgive me, but I'm not used to being treated like a servant or a lower class. Strange to hear. I don't think I offended you. Maybe Yulya said something? Yaroslav, it doesn't matter. I don't think it's worth discussing. Of course. Here, you can count it. What for? I trust you. Thank you. Goodbye. Oksana wanted to prove to Yaroslav that she had dignity, though she still loved him. Unfortunately, this couldn't change the situation. I'm going back to my hometown for a long time, she told her friend. The capital didn't accept me. I have no luck with people. Love doesn't work out. No job. No family. In short, nothing keeps me here anymore. You've upset me a lot. What will I do here without you? You're my only close friend left here. I don't want to leave, but it seems I'm not destined to stay here. Just then, Yaroslav called. Vika had taken Yulya to her lesson, but then disappeared. Was the child's life in danger? Good. We'll come right away. 2 in the lungs. Disease, disease, disease. I was shocked myself at first. She got into an accident in her car with Yulya. My God! Are Vika and Yulya alive? Are they healthy? I don't want to know anything more about her. What do you mean? Is it all because of the accident? Her lover is with her already. Oksana was surprised. Could Vika easily let go of such a profitable match for her? But at that moment, Oksana could only think about Yulya. Darling, my heroine, Oksana Yurievna. I've been waiting for you so much, and I missed you so much. Enough, enough. Do you know how happy I am? Dad finally kicked Vika out of the house. What happened? Did they argue? I'll tell you a secret. Vika has had some man for a long time. I told you Vika was nasty and bad. Your dad must be very upset. He's fine. He doesn't even show it. He was also offended by you, I remember. Will you come back to us? Darling, I can't. I'm returning to my homeland and we'll live there. And what about me? And you will study well, and then you'll definitely come to me during the holidays. Better you come to us. The house is big. Dad will give you a room. Stay as long as you want. Thank you, darling. The news about Vika's betrayal was unexpected. Despite everything, Oksana felt sorry for Yaroslav. He had worked so hard and cared for his family. Oksana, you're here. Yulya is waiting for you. We didn't hear you come in. Oksana wants to return home. Really? I know you've been offered a position at school. Well, I won't insist. It's your decision after all. We'll be sad without you. It's not easy for me to part with you either. Goodbye, Yulya. I know it's getting late. I should go. Oksana Yurievna, when you leave, I don't want to know anyone else, Dad. Don't you understand? If not Oksana, then I don't need anyone else. Would Oksana return to Yaroslav's house? The governess Oksana couldn't bear Yaroslav's insults and left his house. But Yulya insists that the governess return. What awaits Oksana next? I don't want to know anyone else, Dad. Don't you understand? If not Oksana, then I don't need anyone else. Calm down. Why are you crying? Oksana has her own life and only spent time with you. How don't you understand? I want Oksana. Darling, we should probably go already. It's getting late. Thank you that Oksana spent time with Yulya. Can I drive you home? I think I'll go by bus. How she didn't want to return to this house. But now that Yaroslav was free, it would be even harder for her to be near him. She no longer wanted to work as a governess. Thank you for the offer, but no need. The day has been too hard. I just called. I'm so hungry, my stomach is empty. You can get an ulcer like that. Haven't you had time to eat something? Somehow I didn't think about it. Maybe we should go to my place now. I'll try to find something to feed you, if it's not difficult for you. Yaroslav suddenly fascinated her again. She wanted to support him somehow, at least feed him. But Oksana had no idea how this visit would end for her. Come in. This is my kitchen, Oksana. Can we stop the formalities and use you instead of the formal you? Good. I think it's more suitable. You have a nice apartment. The house doesn't look that impressive from outside. You need to wait a little. I'll quickly prepare something. Don't hope for much, I just need to turn around quickly. Good. Perhaps she was making dinner for the man she loved, but in this situation, she was guided only by friendly feelings. However, Yaroslav saw Oksana's sincere concern. Maybe you wanted to. You're beautiful. I don't understand you. You understand everything. Isn't this why you invited me to your place? You're wrong, Yaroslav. Not like that. I didn't expect this from you. Yaroslav's behavior upset her deeply. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I don't believe myself. You said you loved me? I love when he shows signs of attention to you. Why did you suddenly start to accept? And he's already a free man. I didn't want such attention. I'm not cheap. What a disgrace. The next day at work. I know everything now. I don't want to see him ever again. Oksana's soul was torn. On one hand, she understood that she still loved Yaroslav, but on the other hand, because of disappointment in love, people only got hurt. But Yaroslav wasn't going to give up easily. Oksana, I understand what I did was disgusting, but please forgive me. I don't know how to be. This conversation seems pointless to me. I understand that I look like a complete idiot, but let me try to explain my behavior. You know, Vika's betrayal hurt me a lot. I felt like I no longer existed next to her, and now I'm ashamed of yesterday. No wonder you're very wary of me as a person. Oksana, please forgive me. It seemed to me you weren't indifferent to me, but your behavior, I agree. Oksana, Yulya, and I talked for a very long time today. I understand that only a woman like you can set an example for my daughter. Oksana, I don't want to chase after wins. I heard you gave me a chance to prove I'm worthy of you. Are you serious? Absolutely. Yaroslav managed to convince me that we could have a real family together. I allowed myself to be happy.